Have you ever felt an inexplicable resonance with certain places, people, or moments? That subtle whisper of energy that seems to dance just beyond your conscious awareness. Like the delicate strings of a cosmic harp, the universe vibrates with patterns of energy that shape every aspect of existence, from the dance of electrons to the symphony of human consciousness. Today, we're embarking on a transformative journey into the heart of universal wisdom, the law of vibration. This isn't just another spiritual concept. It's the foundational force that quantum physicists, ancient mystics, and modern healers have all recognized as the bedrock of reality. Through our exploration, you'll discover how this profound principle weaves through the fabric of your daily life, influencing your thoughts, emotions, relationships, and even your material reality. Get ready to unlock the secrets of energetic mastery that sages have whispered about for millennia. By the end of this journey, you'll understand not just the theory, but the practical tools to harmonize your personal vibration with the infinite possibilities of the universe. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a still lake at dawn. Cast a single pebble into those tranquil waters and watch as concentric ripples dance outward, transforming the entire surface. This simple act mirrors one of the most profound truths of existence. Everything in our universe exists in a state of perpetual motion, an eternal dance of vibration that connects the smallest quantum particle to the vast cosmic web of creation. The ancient Hermetic texts whispered of this truth through the axiom, all is in motion, everything vibrates. Today, as we stand at the crossroads of quantum physics and ageless wisdom, we're discovering that these ancient sages weren't speaking in mere metaphors. They were describing the very foundation of reality itself. Imagine for a moment the chair you're sitting on. To your physical senses, it appears solid, unchanging. But if we could peer through the lens of quantum reality, we'd witness an astounding symphony of activity. Countless atoms vibrating at precisely calibrated frequencies, electrons dancing in their orbital shells, quarks pulsing with mysterious rhythms. This isn't just theoretical physics. It's the living poetry of existence, writing itself in the language of vibration. But the law of vibration extends far beyond the material realm. Consider how certain pieces of music can instantly transform your emotional state, or how the atmosphere of a sacred space can shift your consciousness before a single word is spoken. These experiences aren't coincidental. They're direct manifestations of vibrational resonance working through the subtle fields of reality. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has organized itself into a grand hierarchical symphony. At the densest level, we find physical matter, rocks, trees, bodies, vibrating at slower, more measurable frequencies. As we ascend through the octaves of existence, we encounter the faster vibrations of liquid, gas, and plasma states. Higher still, we find the subtle realms of thought, emotion, and consciousness itself, pulsing at frequencies that transcend our conventional measuring tools. This understanding revolutionizes how we perceive our place in the cosmic dance. When Einstein declared that energy and matter are interchangeable through his famous equation E=mc², he wasn't just describing a mathematical relationship. He was revealing the underlying unity of all existence. Everything we experience, from the weight of our bodies to the lightness of our thoughts, exists somewhere on this continuous spectrum of vibration. Consider this profound implication. If everything is vibration, then everything is connected through resonance. Just as a tuning fork can cause another fork of the same frequency to vibrate from across the room, our thoughts, emotions, and intentions send ripples through the fabric of reality itself. This isn't mystical thinking, it's the practical application of universal law. The ancient temples of Egypt and Greece weren't just architectural marvels. They were sophisticated instruments designed to amplify and harmonize with specific universal frequencies. Their sacred geometries and precise measurements created spaces where human consciousness could more easily attune to higher vibrational states. Today's scientific instruments confirm that these structures indeed produce measurable resonant frequencies that can influence consciousness and cellular biology. As we close this first exploration of the universal principle, let's recognize that we're not just passive observers of this vibrational reality. We are active participants in it. Every thought we think, every emotion we feel, every intention we hold is contributing to the grand symphony of existence. The question isn't whether we're participating in this dance of vibration, but how consciously and masterfully we choose to do so. How does this foundational understanding of the universal principle resonate with you? Would you like me to clarify any aspects before we transition into our next topic about the connection with modern science? Remember, this isn't just theoretical knowledge. It's a living principle that's expressing itself through your being at this very moment. As we proceed, we'll explore how to consciously work with these vibrations to transform your life and elevate your consciousness to new heights. Imagine standing in two worlds simultaneously. In one hand, you hold an ancient scroll containing esoteric wisdom about vibration and energy. In the other, a quantum physics textbook filled with wave functions and probability clouds. As we dive deeper into our exploration, we'll discover that these seemingly separate realms are telling us the same story, just in different languages. When Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, declared that there is no matter as such, he wasn't speaking as a mystic in meditation, but as a scientist peering through the lens of rigorous experimentation. Yet his conclusion echoed what spiritual adepts had known for millennia, that the solid world we perceive is more like a dance of energy than a collection of solid objects. Let's journey into the quantum realm for a moment. When scientists observed particles at the subatomic level, they made a startling discovery. Particles don't exist in fixed locations, but in fields of probability. Even more fascinating, these particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, what physicists call superposition. This mirrors the ancient teaching that reality is fluid, dynamic, and responsive to consciousness itself. Consider the double-slit experiment, perhaps the most profound demonstration of quantum mechanics. When scientists fire individual particles through two slits, these particles don't behave like tiny bullets, but like waves of possibility. Even more mysteriously, the mere act of observation changes how these particles behave. The ancient masters spoke of reality as Maya, a dynamic interplay between consciousness and energy. And now, quantum physics reveals the same truth through the language of mathematics and measurement. But the connections run even deeper. String theory, one of our most sophisticated attempts to understand the universe, suggests that all particles are actually tiny vibrating strings, each playing its unique note in the cosmic symphony. When spiritual teachers spoke of the music of the spheres, or the Om, as the primordial sound of creation, were they intuiting this same fundamental truth? Einstein's famous equation E=mc2 isn't just a mathematical formula, it's a bridge between the material and energetic understanding of reality. When we fully grasp that matter is just highly concentrated energy, the ancient teachings about transformation and manifestation take on new meaning. The alchemists weren't deluded in believing that one form of matter could be transformed into another. They simply lacked the technological means to achieve what particle accelerators do routinely today. Modern neuroscience has begun to illuminate how our brains process and respond to different frequencies. Research into meditation and mindfulness practices shows that these ancient techniques actually alter our brainwave patterns, shifting us from the beta waves of normal consciousness to the alpha and theta states associated with deep insight and healing. The yogis who spoke of different states of consciousness weren't imagining these distinctions. They were mapping real neurological territories that science is only now beginning to chart. Perhaps most exciting are the emerging fields of biofield science and quantum biology. Scientists have discovered that our cells communicate not just through chemical signals, but through coherent light emissions called biophotons. The Chinese concept of qi, or the Indian understanding of prana, subtle energy that animates living systems, suddenly doesn't seem so mystical when we understand that our bodies are literally generating and responding to fields of light and energy. Water, that most humble and essential of substances, offers another bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science. Research into water's ability to store and transmit information through its molecular structure provides a scientific framework for understanding practices like homeopathy and blessing water. When spiritual teachers spoke of water's sacred properties, they were recognizing its unique role as a mediator between the physical and energetic realms. This convergence of science and spirituality isn't just academically interesting, it's practically empowering. Understanding that thoughts and emotions have measurable electromagnetic fields helps explain why practices like meditation and energy healing can have tangible physical effects. When we realize that consciousness and matter are two expressions of the same underlying reality, we begin to grasp our true creative potential. As the quantum physicist and philosopher David Bohm suggested, Perhaps the universe isn't made of things at all, but of processes, patterns of dynamic relationship that include both matter and consciousness. This implicate order, as he called it, mirrors the ancient understanding of reality as an interconnected whole, where every part contains and reflects the whole. How does this scientific validation of ancient wisdom land for you? Does it bridge any gaps in your understanding of how the material and spiritual dimensions of reality might be connected? Would you like me to elaborate on any particular aspect before we move into our next topic about inner and outer alignment? Remember, we're not just accumulating information here. We're building a bridge between the empirical and the experiential, between the measurable and the mystical. As we continue our journey, we'll explore how to apply these insights in practical ways to transform your daily experience of reality. Imagine your consciousness as a magnificent crystal prism, suspended in a beam of pure light. As the light passes through, it creates not just a rainbow of colors, but an entire spectrum of vibrational frequencies, each one representing a different state of being, a unique quality of awareness. This is the dance of inner and outer alignment, where the subtle rhythms of your internal world create ripples in the vast ocean of external reality. Let's journey into the sacred architecture of your inner landscape. Just as a master musician can distinguish subtle variations in tone that escape the untrained ear, those who develop vibrational sensitivity begin to recognize the distinct frequencies of different emotional and mental states. Love isn't just a feeling, it's a high-frequency vibration that transforms the very molecular structure of your cells. Scientific studies have shown that feelings of love and gratitude can actually alter your DNA expression, strengthen your immune system, and create coherent patterns in your heart's electromagnetic field. Think of yourself as a living tuning fork. When you're stressed or fearful, you're vibrating at frequencies that create dissonance, not just in your body, but in your entire field of experience. These lower frequencies manifest as physical tension, mental fog, and emotional turbulence. But when you shift into states of peace, joy, or creative flow, you naturally align with higher frequencies that attract harmonious experiences and relationships. The ancient temples weren't just buildings, they were sophisticated instruments for aligning inner and outer frequencies. When you stepped into these sacred spaces, the precise geometries, sound chambers, and electromagnetic properties would automatically entrain your consciousness to higher vibrational states. Today, you can create similar effects through conscious attention to your environment, choosing spaces, colors, sounds, and company that elevate your frequency. Consider the profound teaching from the Hermetic tradition. As above, so below, as within, so without. This isn't just poetic philosophy. It's a precise description of how vibrational resonance works. Your inner state is constantly broadcasting a frequency that attracts matching experiences in your external reality. When you understand this principle, you begin to take profound responsibility for your vibrational hygiene. The mystics spoke of the heart as the bridge between inner and outer realms, and modern science has validated this wisdom. The heart generates the body's strongest electromagnetic field, measurably affecting not just your own physiology, but the energy fields of those around you. When you cultivate heart coherence through practices like gratitude, compassion, and loving-kindness meditation, you're literally creating waves of harmonic influence that extend far beyond your physical form. But here's where many spiritual seekers stumble. They try to force themselves into higher vibrations while suppressing or denying their authentic experience. True vibrational mastery isn't about escaping lower frequencies. It's about expanding your range and developing the wisdom to navigate the full spectrum of human experience. Just as a musician must understand both harmony and dissonance, you must learn to work skillfully with all frequencies of consciousness. Imagine your energy field as a vast musical instrument that's constantly in dialogue with the universal symphony. Every thought, every emotion, every intention adds its unique note to this cosmic composition. The key to mastery isn't just playing the right notes. It's developing the awareness to recognize how your personal vibration contributes to the greater harmony. This brings us to a crucial understanding. Alignment isn't about reaching some fixed state of perfection. It's about developing dynamic resonance with the ever-changing flow of life. Just as a surfer must feel and respond to the ocean's rhythms, you learn to sense and adjust to the subtle currents of energy moving through your experience. The practices of the ancient wisdom traditions, meditation, prayer, chanting, movement, weren't just religious rituals. They were sophisticated technologies for training vibrational sensitivity and coherence. When you sit in meditation, you're not just calming your mind. You're learning to distinguish between different frequencies of consciousness. When you practice Qigong or yoga, you're not just stretching your body. You're learning to direct and harmonize subtle energy flows. How does this understanding of inner-outer alignment resonate with your own experience? Have you noticed how different states of consciousness seem to attract different types of experiences? Would you like to explore specific practices for developing greater vibrational coherence before we move into our next topic about practical implications? Remember, every moment offers a new opportunity to tune your instrument, to align your personal frequency with the highest potentials available to you. As we continue our exploration, we'll discover practical tools for maintaining this alignment even in the midst of life's greatest challenges. Picture yourself standing before an ancient grand piano, its keys worn smooth by generations of musicians seeking harmony. Like this timeless instrument, your being is designed to resonate with infinite possibilities. But first, you must master the art of tuning your personal frequency. Let's explore how to transform these profound principles into lived experience. Imagine every morning as a sacred tuning ritual. Just as a master violinist wouldn't dream of performing without first bringing their instrument into perfect pitch, we must learn to calibrate our vibrational frequency with conscious intention. This isn't about following rigid spiritual practices. It's about discovering your unique resonance with the cosmic symphony. Consider the dawn light filtering through your window. Those first rays carry specific frequencies that can literally reset your circadian rhythms and attune your body to nature's wisdom. The ancient practice of sun gazing wasn't just spiritual devotion. It was a sophisticated technique for harmonizing human consciousness with solar frequencies. Today, we can work with this same principle by simply spending those first waking moments in mindful communion with natural light. But what about navigating the complex, energetic landscapes of modern life? Picture yourself walking into a room heavy with tension. Rather than unconsciously absorbing these discordant frequencies, you can learn to maintain your coherent state, like a tuning fork that holds its pure tone amidst cacophony. This isn't spiritual bypass, it's energetic sovereignty. The secret lies in understanding that you're not just a passive receiver of vibrations, you're an active broadcaster. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions create ripples in the quantum field that influence everything around you. When you master the art of conscious broadcasting, you become like a master musician who can shift the entire mood of a concert hall with a single, perfectly played note. Let's explore practical techniques for vibrational mastery. Breath becomes your first instrument. Each inhalation can be a conscious drawing in of higher frequencies. Each exhalation, a release of what no longer serves. The ancient pranayama techniques weren't just breathing exercises. They were sophisticated methods for changing your electromagnetic field through respiratory entrainment. Sound becomes your sculptor. The practice of toning, chanting, or even humming specific frequencies can literally reorganize your molecular structure. When you understand that every sound is a frequency intervention, even speaking becomes an opportunity for vibrational healing. Movement becomes your medicine. Each gesture, each step can be a conscious collaboration with universal forces. The spiral movements in Tai Chi weren't randomly chosen. They mirror the fundamental patterns through which energy flows in nature. When you move in harmony with these patterns, you naturally elevate your frequency. But perhaps the most powerful practical application is in relationships. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for frequency matching or conscious transcendence. Like two strings vibrating in sympathy, you can learn to recognize when you're being pulled into lower frequencies and choose instead to maintain your higher resonance, gently inviting others into more coherent states through your presence alone. Consider your home environment as your vibrational sanctuary. The ancient art of feng shui wasn't just about furniture placement. It was a sophisticated science of managing environmental frequencies. Every object, every color, every sound in your space is either supporting or diminishing your coherence. When you understand this, cleaning becomes an act of energy clearing. Decorating becomes frequency curation. Even your relationship with technology can be approached through this vibrational lens. Those feelings of drainage after too much screen time, that's frequency interference. But rather than rejecting modern tools, You can learn to maintain your coherence while using them, like a musician who stays in tune even while playing electronic instruments. The most profound practical implication is in manifestation. When you understand that everything is frequency, you realize that manifestation isn't about forcing outcomes. It's about achieving such precise vibrational alignment that what you desire naturally flows into your experience. It's the difference between pushing a river and becoming the river. How are these practical applications resonating with your daily experience? Would you like to explore specific techniques for any of these areas before we move into our final topic about spiritual and collective growth? Remember, mastery isn't about reaching some perfect state. It's about developing such intimate familiarity with frequency that you can play the full range of human experience with awareness and grace. As we continue, we'll explore how your personal vibrational mastery contributes to the evolution of collective consciousness. Picture our planet Earth from space, a luminous blue sphere wrapped in a shimmering web of consciousness, each human heart pulsing like a star in an infinite constellation of awareness. As we arrive at this final frontier of our exploration, we discover that individual vibrational mastery isn't just about personal transformation. It's about participating in the greatest symphony ever composed, the evolution of collective consciousness. Imagine dropping a single drop of higher frequency water into a vast pool. Watch as the ripples extend outward, creating patterns of coherence that transform the entire body of water. This is how spiritual evolution works. Each awakened heart becomes a center of resonance that influences the whole. The ancient mystics weren't being metaphorical when they said that one enlightened being could transform 1,000. They were describing a precise law of vibrational physics. Let's journey into the subtle architecture of collective consciousness. Just as individual consciousness creates fields of influence, humanity's collective thoughts, emotions, and intentions generate what the ancient traditions called the noosphere, a planetary field of thought and awareness. Modern research into field effects and collective behavior supports this understanding, showing how coherent groups can influence random number generators and create measurable changes in the Earth's electromagnetic field. Consider the profound implications of the 100th monkey phenomenon, where new behaviors suddenly spread across isolated populations once a critical mass is reached. This isn't just biological evolution. It's evidence of how consciousness itself operates as a field, transmitting understanding through resonance rather than physical contact. When you raise your personal frequency, you're contributing to a quantum field of possibility that makes higher states more accessible for everyone. The great spiritual traditions speak of ages or yugas, vast cycles of collective consciousness evolution. Many wisdom keepers believe we're living through a critical transition, what some call the great turning or the shift. From a vibrational perspective, this represents humanity's collective frequency reaching a bifurcation point, where new patterns of coherence become possible. Your personal vibrational practice isn't just about individual enlightenment. It's about helping humanity navigate this crucial threshold. But here's where many spiritual seekers misunderstand their role. The goal isn't to escape into higher frequencies while leaving the collective behind. Instead, those who achieve higher states become like spiritual transformers, stepping down universal frequencies into forms that can serve collective evolution. Just as a lightning rod doesn't reject the lightning but channels it safely to ground, we learn to bridge heaven and earth through our own being. The ancient temples and sacred sites weren't just places of individual worship. They were planetary acupuncture points designed to maintain Earth's vibrational harmony. Today, as we face unprecedented planetary challenges, we're called to become living temples, each of us holding and transmitting frequencies of healing, wisdom, and transformation wherever we go. This understanding transforms how we view spiritual community. When groups gather in coherent states, whether through meditation, prayer, or celebration, they create what scientists call field effects that extend far beyond the immediate participants. The power of collective practice isn't just additive, it's exponential. This is why the ancient traditions emphasized Sangha or spiritual community. They understood the amplifying power of coherent groups. Yet perhaps the most profound aspect of collective evolution is how it transforms our understanding of individual purpose. You're not just here to achieve personal enlightenment. You're a unique instrument in the cosmic orchestra, playing a note that only you can contribute. Your vibrational signature, shaped by all your experiences and realizations, is essential to the harmony of the whole. Consider how quantum entanglement shows that particles once connected remain mysteriously linked across any distance. Similarly, as you raise your frequency, you create resonant bridges that help others access similar states. Your personal evolution becomes a gift to the collective, making higher frequencies more accessible to all through what mystics call the morphic field of consciousness. The indigenous wisdom keepers speak of this time as the Great Remembering, where humanity reawakens to our essential interconnectedness. From a vibrational perspective, this means recognizing that consciousness itself is a field phenomenon. We're not separate beings trying to connect, but unique expressions of one unified field learning to vibrate in harmony. How does this understanding of your role in collective evolution resonate with your own spiritual journey? Do you feel the call to serve as a frequency holder for planetary transformation? Would you like to explore specific ways to amplify your contribution to collective consciousness before we move to our conclusion? Remember, every moment of conscious frequency elevation sends ripples through the field of planetary awareness. As we conclude our exploration, we'll discover how to maintain these higher states while fully engaging with the transformational opportunities of our time. Like a master symphony drawing to its crescendo, we've journeyed through the octaves of universal wisdom, from the quantum dance of particles to the grand orchestration of collective consciousness. As the final notes of our exploration resonate, let's gather the precious harmonies we've discovered together. We've learned that you are not just an observer of the cosmic dance, but a vital instrument in the universal symphony. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every conscious choice you make sends ripples through the quantum field of infinite possibility. This isn't just spiritual poetry. It's the living truth of your existence, confirmed by both ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. The question now isn't whether you'll participate in this grand unfolding. You already are. The question is, how consciously will you choose to play your unique note in the cosmic symphony? How masterfully will you tune your instrument to resonate with the highest frequencies available to you? If this exploration has resonated with your soul's deepest knowing, I invite you to join our growing community of frequency holders and light bearers. Subscribe to this channel for weekly insights into spiritual science and practical wisdom. Share this video with those who are ready to awaken to their vibrational mastery. Remember, in these transformative times, your conscious evolution isn't just a personal journey. It's a gift to all of humanity. Together, we're creating the harmonic foundation for a new era of human potential.